The summer is here, the time of year when so many people's thoughts turn to taking a holiday. Except this year will be very different. Across some of our favourite European destinations, the rules are tightening. Portugal, the latest country to impose a quarantine on the British visitors who are allowed in. That's now the default position for most European nations.
The situation that applies to the United Kingdom at present is that travellers who are vaccinated, who are fully vaccinated, or who have an essential reason to come to the EU should be allowed by member states to arrive into the EU. And I can also add that from the Commission's side, we of course expect member states to apply this recommendation fully.
There is a clear message from Germany and France that they expect European countries to put health concerns above tourist revenue and to either deny entry to visitors from the UK or to impose a lengthy quarantine. For those whose businesses depend on British tourists, this is a bleak time. The Algarve should be alive with people. Instead, it's quiet.
The Algarve was British tourism. It is British tourism. Without British tourism, without those numbers, then it becomes very difficult to keep hotels open. It becomes very difficult to keep restaurants open, bars open. And when they can't stay open, then obviously the area closes. And then even the smaller percentages of people like the Spanish, the Italians, the French, the Dutch, that also come to the Algarve, but in much smaller numbers, even them combined, it's not enough to replace the Brits.
But in Brussels, they insist it's too early to make concessions. European diplomats I've spoken to say they are very wary about the rising number of Delta variant cases in the UK. And they point out that just about anyone arriving in Britain has to quarantine, even if they're fully vaccinated. Why, they ask, should it be any different for people making the reverse journey from Britain into the European Union? So should both sides be cutting a bit more slack, particularly for those who are fully vaccinated, people who in theory present a very low risk?
One of the things we're trying to do worldwide is increase people's willingness to accept the vaccine. And part of that is showing people what the world is like when you're fully vaccinated. Because if people don't see the vaccine as a path to get their life back, to pursue the values that are important to them, like traveling, like going on vacation, they're not going to get vaccinated.
Tourism is a touchstone to normality. That's why we pine for it. But for the moment, it remains out of reach, a hope rather than a reality. Adam Parsons, Sky News, Brussels.